Talk spirit, walk spirit, walk.
Little jazz. This is a song called Knarrative Will Free Us. It is Knarrative with a K for knowledge will free us. George V. Johnson Jr. is the artist. He's touring around the globe. He's also the daddy of Tahir, who's just one of the New Jersey cannabis dispensers. He is in the cannabis business. Let me welcome to the show for the first time, George V. Johnson Jr. Hi.
Hi, Karen. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me on your show.
Well, you know, it's pretty hard to not want you to come through since you've created a whole song in celebration of some of the work that we do here. So I just wanted to, first of all, publicly thank you for recognizing, but also, you know, putting it into music. What was the inspiration? When did you decide to do this?
When I started watching Nubia, Knarrative, when I started watching you and Dr. Carr, I had been listening to music, and I actually wrote it right in this room. Tyner was right here with me. I wrote it right. You guys really inspired me to write those lyrics just from taking those classes every week.
Now you are traveling. We were just talking about travel. August 2nd through the 7th, you're going to be in Sicily. At the Brolo Dock Jazz Festival. August 31st, you're going to be at the DC Jazz Festival, Kennedy Center, Millennium Stage. Like you out here, Charlie Parker birthday celebration. Talk about Italy first.
Well, Italy, I'm going to Italy. I finally got my passport. I applied for it back in October, and I just got it last week.
Wait, pause for a second, sir. I'm sorry. You spent your whole entire life not having a passport?
It expired.
Oh, okay.
And
I was like...
And so I applied for it. It just takes that long now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Wow.
But I'm going... this young lady who was producing the concert, her name is Anita Vitali. I met her in Montenegro about 4 years ago. I was performing in Montenegro for the president of Montenegro. And she sang duets with me on Moody's Move for Love. You know? And she contacted me several months ago and said, George, would you like to come to Sicily? And here I am. I'm going to Sicily. I got my round trip airfare and everything. I'm ready.
We were talking earlier, Dr. Carr and I, about music. And, you know, it is to me a powerful vehicle to deliver messages to the point, both negative and positive. You know, there are songs that I know every single word of because of the beat that delivers it, and jazz has never been my jam, so I'll just be 100. It's never been my jam. Tell us something to inspire us to want to lean in, and why is it your jam? Did you grow up on jazz?
Yes, I actually grew up on it. It was a part of my life. As a matter of fact, my father had loved to play music, and the resident manager was a piano player that gave jam sessions over his house on the weekends. So it would be people like Shirley Horn and Keita Best and a lot of famous people who grew up with my father, who I ended up meeting later on in the 70s when I got older and started singing. And so, you know, I grew up on Ray Charles, Frankie Lyman, you know, James Brown, Charlie Parker, all of that. I used to dance like James Brown. I grew up in the 60s doing the Black Power movement before the N-word was popular. You know, we had too much respect for ourselves then. If you said that to somebody, it was two things you didn't do. Talk about another brother's mother or use the N-word, you got slapped upside your head. You had to fight. Because doing it, we were saying it loud. We were black and we was proud. You know, it was doing it, you know, brother. There's too many of you dying. So, you know, that's the way I grew up. So when you hear me writing lyrics and singing, I'm singing things that I could say in front of my mother. Understand? Because in those days, you just couldn't curse and say things like that. So it's a different day now.
You must be you know, but it's a different day, I think, because we allowed it to be. I feel like something happened. Like somebody dropped the ball somewhere. The ball just dribbled into the street and got run over. And then we was like, oh, well, you know, and nobody went to get the ball and inflate it again. So, you know, for you doing music now, you've been in music for, I don't want to say how many years. So you say it, George.
Since the 70s, since the 70s, over 45 years I've been performing.
Wow.
Over 45 years.
What has been your greatest inspiration and the thing that keeps you doing this?
My greatest inspiration is right now is being alive. I'm 72 years old now, and I'm still alive. I've been through a few ailments, and I'm still alive. And being able to look back and do the things that I've done, like perform with James Moody and Dizzy Gillespie and Pharoah Sanders and Lou Donaldson, all these great people, and working on the railroad at the same time. You know, and just to be alive. And hear your stories and hear Dr. Carr and see you on the radio. This is like talking to Harriet Tubman or somebody, you know.
Man. Okay.
You know, you got this this vehicle, and I'm just so thankful. You know, I'm very thankful. That's my inspiration.
All right. So for people who are in Sicily, y'all can go see him at the Prolo Doc Jazz Festival. But you will be in D.C. August 31st.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. Who are you performing with? Because, you know, everybody can go to that.
I will be performing with actually the musicians on the CD. Don Vontae McCoy on trumpet, Elijah Easton on saxophone, Alan Johnson on piano, Herman Burney on bass, and Dana J. Hawkins on drums. Now, I wrote lyrics over 35 Charlie Parker compositions many, many years ago. Actually, I wrote a jazz opera, a jazzco called Bird Was the Word. So I'm finally getting a chance to present this material. And so I'll be presenting original lyrics. I'll be celebrating Charlie Parker on August 31st at the Kennedy Center. Wow. And it's going to be a really great thing because I have a lot of stories to tell through my music.
Wow. We're going to tweet all of this out, y'all. Yes, no, this is amazing. Walk Spirit, Talk Spirit is out now. Knarrative will set us free, is getting a lot of attention. And if you are in the area, we'll send out all of the messages as well. You can go to George V. Johnson Jr., JR.com to get all of the goodness. George, thank you. I'm so incredibly proud.
Thank you.
Thank you for being through.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Lamont.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
When we come back, we'll be here. Roderick will be joining us. Roderick Morrow. Bev B. Flat will be here as well. It's the Karen Hunter Show. We'll be right back.